After training for 7 years, 3 of which were on my own and not for sport, I can say that I've grown an above the American average physique. And today I've put together 5 tips that help me grow my back as big as possible and that you can implement today. Be sure to watch to the end of the video because the last tip is the most important tip and so that you get the most value out of this video. Let's not waste any more time. It's time to go to the gym. I'll see y'all there. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna get some straps. You take your strap, put it on your hand like this, and then it should run like with your thumb on your hand like that. You wanna pull it tight to like the base of your hand. Straps do 2 things for you. Most important is that they help you build a mind-muscle connection with your back because they make it so your arms don't fatigue before your back does. So your forearms might be burning at the end of the set and you have to stop, but your back is fine. Your forearms just can't keep up sometimes, so straps are a solution to that problem. But if you use a mag grip, something that looks like this, you can't really use straps with mag grips unless you have like Versa grips. Whoa. Mag grips don't limit your grip as much as other attachments. Take your hand and put it really close to the bar and then wrap it under and hook it. When you hook it like this, you don't have to wrap it all the way. As long as you've got one loop around it, and then you pull it really tight to the base of your hand, like the palm of your hand, and now you're locked in. You really don't even need your thumb. You're just ready to rock and roll. And then you do the same thing with this hand. Do your non-dominant first, so that way your dominant hand, you can do it, because you won't be able to use your other hand since it'll be strapped in. Now, boom. All you need is one wrap around for both hands, and now you're ready to pull. Our next tip is to use some mental cues. Somebody pulling up? Dude, it's 4:20 in the morning right now. 2 mental cues that have helped me really feel my back activate parts I'm actually trying to activate. So the first cue for your lats when you're doing a rowing movement is when you're pulling, imagine dragging your elbows on the floor. When you do that, you get a really big scrunch in your like lower mid lat. And so for a movement like these cable rows, you can actually feel your lat stretching and contracting when you just drag your elbows on the ground. And then also, if you're trying to work your traps and like your upper back, what I like to do is keep my elbows high and then try to touch them behind my back as if I'm gonna like literally touch my elbows together, but right here. And doing that squeeze in your upper back will be insane. You'll actually be able to feel like your traps stretching and contracting. And then this next cue is more for like when you do lat pull downs, but instead of imagining pulling the bar down to you, imagine pulling yourself up to the bar. Imagine like pulling yourself and going through the bar, not just bringing the bar down to you. Pull yourself up into the bar. After I started using those cues, I could feel my back so much more. And if you're actually feeling your back and you're working your back and not your arms or whatever, you're gonna start to see more growth. That's a really nice way to provide a good stimulus to your back, finally. All right, so the next tip, you need to focus on the eccentric and like the lowering portion of the movement. A lot of studies are coming out and in the literature, and they're basically proving that like the eccentric is a little bit more muscle growth promoting than the concentric. So for that pull down, for example, this part isn't as important as this part. So what you want to do is when you do a rip, slowly control the weight back up or down. Let it fully stretch and then squeeze. And then let it fully stretch and then squeeze. And it doesn't have to be anything like super crazy, but you definitely want at least like a 2 to 4 second negative. Pause for a second and then do your rip. I don't particularly identify as a science-based lifter, but I am quite literally getting a degree in exercise science. So I guess I'm just guilty by association. I like to call myself an intelligent lifter. I like to optimize my time here in the gym and outside, so I get as big as possible, bro. If you like bro science, if you like science-based shit, at the end of the day, we're all trying to get big, so do what you like, bro. Now, of course, you want to develop your entire back. So you can't just do that by only doing lat pull downs or only doing rows. You gotta do both. You need to do horizontal movements, which will work like your upper back, and that builds like your definition. So like when you look at yourself from behind, you can see all the detail and stuff. And then you also need the width. So like what brings out that V taper, because like you want to have like that small waist and then super wide back. And you can do that by doing your vertical pulls. So like lat pull downs, pull ups, and like pullovers. Pullovers kind of hit the entire back at once. Rows hit your mid back, traps, rhomboids, rear delts, all that stuff. So when you flex your back, you can see all the cool shit. The vertical pulls work your lats and your teres muscles, which that's what gives you that width. It's almost 5 a.m. There's like 4 dudes here. The reason I'm up here this early is because I wanted to record when nobody was here. Stretch, squeeze, stretch, pause, squeeze, stretch. So a good way to go about doing that is by having 2 back days. What that does is it ensures you're getting enough volume on your back, so that won't be an issue. And what you can also do is have one day be focused on horizontal rows or horizontal pulls, so like rows and shit. And then the next back day, you can do more vertical pulls. Still do both on both days, but say if you're gonna do 3 or 4 back exercises, your first day have 2 or 3 of your 3 or 4 be rows, and then just like 1 pull, vertical pull, and then like reverse that on the next back day. My hair looks insane right now, bro. We returned from the gym, which leads me into tip number 5. You have to eat in a surplus to grow. So if you want to grow your back, you're gonna have to ride a bulk, or at the very least maintenance. We got some protein oats here. 60 grams of oats, 60 grams of protein powder, half a cup of 2%, fat-free Fairlife milk, and 1 serving of PB Fit powdered peanut butter. As you probably know, you're not gonna grow if you're not eating. So here's how you're gonna do it. You're gonna eat above your maintenance. You're gonna have pre-lift carbs and post-lift carbs and protein in both of those meals. Pre-lift carbs will fuel that workout and will actually give you a good pump when you're in the gym. God, I look like I'm homeless. So the post-workout carbs, those are to replenish your muscle glycogen stores after you just used up the carbs that you had before your workout. You use them up, and it also primes it for like water and then other things to go in there to repair it, like amino acids, which is from protein that you're gonna eat. Protein is made of amino acids, and those amino acids are actually what goes into your muscles. You damage your muscles in the gym, tear them down, then you eat protein. Those amino acids, rebuild them so they can come back stronger to handle the stimulus that you place on them in the gym, which partly ties into the 5th tip or 6th tip, which is consistency. If you incorporate everything that I talked about earlier, pretty much guaranteed to get results. With that being said, you need to progressive overload. You need to start putting load in the bar, doing more reps, more weight, whatever it is, progressive overload. Try to get a strong ass back, as strong as you can, and then stick at it for a long time. Don't keep trying to change splits. Don't keep switching whatever. Keep it the same, go hard and heavy, train your back at least once, if not twice per week. Horizontal pulls, that's not horizontal. Vertical pulls, horizontal pulls. Use the cues I gave you to help you actually feel your back more so you can put a bigger stimulus back there. Focus on stretching, focus on the eccentric. You might be able to provide a little bit more stimulus and a little bit more growth if you just focus on the eccentric. You don't have to drag it out and do like a 30-second eccentric. At least resist the weight. Don't just let it drag you back down. And strap up. Pause. Use straps. That'll help you take your arms out of it so that way you can actually fatigue your back, take your back to failure. You don't even really have to train your back to failure. I like training my back to failure. That's not necessary for everybody. Training to failure isn't the golden standard end all be all. But with that being said, those are all my 5 tips to help you grow your back. That's everything that has helped me grow my back. Like, I'm being honest, like those are the things that I would attribute to my back looking the way it does now, which I'm not satisfied yet. I wouldn't be where I was right now in terms of my back growth if it wasn't for those tips. Leave a like and a comment on this video, and comment what muscle group or muscle that you want me to break down next. Some tips that have helped me grow it. If you want me to break another muscle group down, give you a sample workout, whatever, leave a comment. Maybe that'll be my next video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I swear to God, find you. And until next time, see you on the next one.